morning, everybody. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be in the world. A very warm welcome to our Cuddle Time show for 2023. It's the brand new launch, Charlie.
It is. So excited. I know there's lots of people out there feeling sleepy, just like me. 1 minute past midnight. However,
Here.
I know, right? But it's so exciting. We're going to be here for hopefully about an hour, telling you about lots of different things that are coming out in this year's collection.
Where have you been, Charlie?
Oh,
Where have you been?
honestly, where have we been? What, this year?
This year.
Yeah, I've been doing my very best impression of Phileas Fogg. We've been travelling all over the globe, literally, trying to find new fabrics. We've got some new suppliers. We've got lots of new designs we've been working on. This gives us an opportunity to go and see all of the artists in the factories. And so we've had a really, really exciting time. Tiring, but so worth it.
We have, and there's lots of really exciting stuff coming out this year, next year, in the years to come as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, lots of exciting things. So you may be wondering to yourself, this is normally a lot earlier in the year. Well, yes, you're absolutely right. It normally is a lot earlier in the year. We do apologise for that, but it's all part of our recovery plan, if I can call it that, Charlie. Is that fair?
Yeah.
But anyway, it's all part of our plan. So basically, we wanted to launch a little later in order for us to give us a bit more time on production to get some of the 2022 collection through. We haven't, as you know, we haven't quite finished that yet, but we will be working very, very hard to kind of get that through to you all within a very short space of time, as quickly as we possibly can do. We didn't want to delay the 2023 launch any more than what we had to, but what we have done is that 2022 and 2023 we're not actually making as many bears. Shh, don't tell everybody. So therefore, that means that the 22 and 23 collection are very, very highly sought after. And it's really to allow us to kind of catch up with our production time. And so that's basically where we are, Charlie, isn't it? So we're doing it as much as we possibly can do to try and catch up. It's been a pretty crazy time over the last few years, it's fair to say.
Very, very topsy-turvy.
But we're very much getting back on top of things.
We are indeed. There's a light at the end of the tunnel now, which is great.
And the light at the end of my tunnel is always you, of course. But the 2023 collection, how exciting. Charlie, tell us all about it.
He's so cheeky, isn't it? Do you know what? We've been desperate. Not just me, the whole team. All of the Bear Cubs have now been keeping this collection a secret for the most amazing amount of time. As you know, we prepare our collections sometimes 18 months in advance. So a lot of these little ones have been snuck away and hiding in our secret cupboard in the showroom for quite a while now. We're really, really thrilled to be able to announce that we are now officially launching. This year's collection is called the Clock Tower Collection, and it's all to do with time. As you know, every year we like to loosely theme all of the collections. We take that from all of your wonderful comments that you send us through with the name suggestions, design ideas, little new mini-series you'd like to see, certain characters that you're itching to collect. So it gives us plenty of time to be able to establish the collection and come up with a little theme. Like I said, it's called the Clock Tower. All our Best Friend Club members, I'll just try and see if I can get this in the light. Sorry, it's late. I'm a little sleepy. Hopefully this is working. We'll have already, hopefully, received your new catalogue by now. Absolutely gorgeous. We actually find designing the catalogues and the covers and choosing the colour schemes and everything just as exciting as the collection. It's always the last thing that we do with the collection once we've named and themed and sorted all of that out. But the collectors' catalogues are collectible in their own right.
They are indeed.
Yeah, we've learned that now. There's always people looking for them. It's like I say, if you're a Best Friends Club member, you should have received yours. If you're not, they are also available to purchase on our website, so do take a look. I'm quite an old-fashioned sort of girl. I like my coffee table copy sat there at home, so I can keep going through and filling out my little bear wish list in the back, giving you hints.
I know, right?
Even I have to give hints. Even I put my wish list in with Will, because it's much nicer when you surprise me and buy me a little bear, isn't it?
So I'm sure, like you, I am very excited to kind of go through the next 45 minutes to an hour and find out a few more characters within this year's collection.
Yeah.
Now, we're not going to be showing every single piece and highlighting every single piece, Charlie, but we're going to be kind of picking out some of our favourites, some of the ones that we'd like to go out on a dinner date with, some ones that we'd like to kind of spend the evening with, that kind of thing, right?
Yeah, I should imagine, knowing you as you are, because you're very excited, you're going to be throwing me some really awkward questions, aren't
I
you?
probably will do, yeah.
Yeah, he's
but
been
that's
cheeky.
what we all want to hear from Charlie, isn't it? So that's what we're going to be doing good over the next 45 minutes from now. So in the meantime, shall we have a look at some highlights of what we're going to see?
I think it'd be really intriguing to see what you all think. Please start pressing your like buttons if you like some of the images you're about to see what's coming up in the show.
So here we go. We're here with the Bear House collection, Charlie, for 2023. Oh, my word.
Oh, I know, right?
I feel like the guy from Blue Planet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mr. Attenborough.
Yes, that's the one. Well, it could be either, couldn't it?
It could.
Because these are all extinct characters this year.
They are indeed.
Tell us all about it.
Last year we featured and showcased lots of endangered animals, if you remember, and we named them all after the zoos that were holding all of these wonderful conservation projects, some of which we've worked with, which was just truly, truly lovely to do. This year we wanted to take it that little step further, and we wanted to showcase and highlight and put the limelight on some of these animals that are no longer with us, but they've never been forgotten. We talk about time, you know, a lot of these animals existed thousands and thousands of years ago, you know, so really quite remarkable. There are sort of subspecies of these that are still around today, so you might recognise particular animal species, but actually all of these ones that are here are truly extinct.
And we know some amazing younger collectors who are going to be super thrilled that we've done dinosaurs in the collection.
I know.
I mean, this is just massive, right?
It is enormous for us, pardon the pun. Anybody who knows us, we start showcasing them. We do actually have a little dinosaur this year that's called enormous.
Where's he?
But we've been asked all the time. He's there right
oh,
next
he
to
is.
you. We've been asked lots and lots and lots, especially from our little boy collectors, all about, you know, could Charlie Bears do a dinosaur? Would it be possible to do a dinosaur? We've been holding out to find the perfect collection to put these into, but felt, you know, we've always wanted to sort of wow and educate with the Bear House series. So we decided it was the perfect collection to place them in.
He just wants to sit on my knee.
I know he does.
So we're going to try and get out of you, not what's your favourite, because we know you're not going to give us your favourite.
No.
So what we've said is the one that you'd like to talk about, Charlie?
I'd like to talk about all of them. I know that it's time dependent. We don't want to keep you up too
So which
late.
one would you like to talk about, aka which is your favourite?
No, we don't have favourites, but we do have lots of different animals that are really, really, truly gorgeous. I think first, I'm probably going to leave the dinosaurs to you because I know that you're incredibly passionate about them. So maybe I'm going to focus on little Woozy here at the front. If I just move Stompy out of the way here, our woolly rhino, and just turn little Woozy to the side, hopefully we can get a close-up shot on him. So you can see him in full profile there. Let me turn him around because you really cannot look at Woozy without checking out
So
his
he's a
little
pigeon?
paws. He is, in fact, a dodo.
But it's not strictly untrue, though, is it? Because a pigeon is the new relative of the dodo.
Well, that's what they believe.
See,
I
thought
know.
I was being silly then,
There's
didn't
a lot of scientists at the minute trying to work out where they did come from and what animals have now. And they do honestly believe that the pigeon has some form of DNA, which is very, very similar to the dodos. Anybody who knows me knows I'm crazy about Alice in Wonderland. And of course, dodos feature quite a lot in the storybooks and things like that. So we were desperate to do something that was a little different. Absolutely stunning. Lots of pieces of fabric. We have not skimped on the fabric quality, on the details that we use. He's got his little claw beak. He's got this little wide-eyed expression.
It's just so different, Charlie.
So different from anything else that we have ever done. We like to try and push the corners of the envelope with the designs in the Bear House collection. And we're just thrilled that we've been able to do all of these different characters
I
this
actually
year.
think he's going to go really well with one of... Do you remember Richard from the Bear House? He chose Houston last year.
He did,
And
the She Built Start.
I think he would go really well with Houston.
Yeah.
So there we go. My favourite, one that I want to talk about was actually going to be Woozy.
Was it?
Yes. Can I have him?
Mighty.
Can I have Mighty? Just because I love elephants. I think they're awesome. But he is just brilliant. I like his size, his stature, everything about him. He's just a fun character, is Mighty.
He is. Our woolly mammoth.
Yeah.
Absolutely
So this
incredible.
is the second one effectively in the collection, isn't it? Because we've done...
Well, we had Little Edgar last year that was kind of a take on a woolly mammoth.
Yeah.
But obviously Mighty, our first official woolly mammoth in the Bear House
He's
collection.
just so cool.
He's really cute.
And I can just imagine, like, our nieces are going to love him, and our, everybody's just going to love him, aren't they? You know?
And you'll notice he's quite grand. You know, we knew with having these old prehistoric animals that they had to be quite large scale. You know, they had to be larger than life. They're very cuddly, softly filled. We've used some beautiful fabrics. They've got that lovely quality when you look at them. You know, that feeling that you get when you snuggle them. They are proper pillows. They are snuggle buddies.
So choose another favourite.
Oh, how can you choose? You can't choose. I'm just going to put Atlas down. You're going for Fang.
No, I'm not going for Fang. I'm just putting one with me.
Well, I think it's probably only fair that I go for the closest one to me here, Little Cave.
Ooh.
The short-nosed cave bear.
Right.
One of the first bears ever in existence. Sort of cave dwellers, hence his name that we've used for him. But super, super, super soft. We've got this gorgeous fabric that we've used. Again, it's very dense, high-quality plush fabric that we've used. It's got this beautiful sheen that runs all the way through him, which actually looks like, it's got this little shimmer to him. Absolutely exquisite. Now, as you know, the Bear House are machine washable. I'm just going to turn his head a little so you can see his little face there, look. Lots of different plush fabrics that we've used to create this, because they can go in the washing machine. He's ready for any adventure. Absolutely thrilled to bits to be going on a new adventure, wouldn't he? But again, we just really, really, really wanted to highlight some of these wonderful animals that sadly are no longer with us anymore.
Yep.
So
Awesome.
that's Little Cave.
So the last one I'm going to choose to highlight, the one I'd like to go on a dinner date with, just because I think he's just going to get the best, just the best meals. Do you know what it is?
Who?
Hugh Mongus. Hugh Mongus, he's coming with me. This one here, look.
So we have two dinosaurs
Okay.
this year. We've done our T-Rex, which is
He's awesome.
Hugh Mongus, pardon the pun.
But Charlie, I mean, it's even down to, this is the Bear House Bears collection, right? And the detail that we put into these collections is just immense. I mean, just look at those little teeth. I mean, a lot of companies would just simply cut out some felt
Hugh's
fabric. wouldn't
yeah,
they?
absolutely.
But effectively what we've done is we've taken two pieces of felt fabric,
We have.
stuffed the felt, and then stitched it onto
Yeah,
the
we've
character. I mean,
we've
this is
carefully
just-
hand stitched them together and really softly filled them, just so that it gives the teeth another there's another dimension to it. It's the detailing. There's additional sculpturing. You can see how much head sculpturing has gone into this particular piece to give him that perfect head shaping. So he's instantly recognisable as a T-Rex. He's very funny. We've got the most amazing green eyes in there as well. So he's got that little spookiness about him.
He's a lot of fun.
That little scariness about him. But I'm not so sure I would want to go to dinner with him, because I think that he'd not be very good at sharing.
No.
No.
He'd definitely nick all your steak, wouldn't he? No, I
He would
wouldn't.
indeed.
Yes, I would. All right. Okay, well, listen, that's the Bear House collection. Of course, we've got some wonderful images to show you.
We have.
Of some I mean, we've had a lot of fun with this. The lifestyle images, you're going to see that throughout the show.
Yeah.
And some of the what we call the lifestyle images, and that's us basically playing in our field or in Kimberly's field or somebody else's field, and just basically taking pictures
and taking snapshots of them. So there's 10 characters in this year's collection, and we're going to have a look at some VT now just to get some closer detailing and fun lifestyle shots.
Yep. VT stands for videotape. It's the plush collection, Charlie.
It is. I know.
Do you know what? We are struggling to be able to show you every single piece in the collection because there is 60 pieces altogether. We'd be here all night, right?
We were, well, till at least 3.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm fine with that because I'm a night owl, but
Let's
I
do
know
that.
there's lots of
Should we do
people.
that?
There's lots of people that are going to want to go to bed soon.
No,
isn't
so
there?
what we're going to do is we are going to highlight and pick out some of our favourites. Sorry, the ones that we want to talk about, not our favourites. And we're going to highlight all of those. But then we're also going to be doing something special this year, aren't we, Charlie? Do you want to just explain?
We are indeed. Now, normally on the Facebook, anybody who's part of our Facebook pages will know I normally release like a quarterly video. Quarter 1's quite small this year, so what we've decided we're going to do is combine quarter 1, quarter 2. I've been working really closely with the Bear Cubs, and we are going to be sorting out a special kind of virtual appointment for you, so you can get in touch. We'll send you a link and you'll be able to watch that at your leisure, just in case. We know there are so many people that are not always around during the day when we release these videos, so there's that fear of missing out. We want to make sure nobody misses out. So what we're going to do, like I said, is we're going to contact you. You can then obviously sign up with us. We can send you the link and you'll get to see quarter 1, quarter 2 in one of the videos, and quarter 3, quarter 4 in another one.
So basically, it's going to be, we're going to do 2 separate videos.
We are
We're
indeed.
going to do one which is a virtual tour,
Yes.
which runs very similar to what we do for the galleries. And you sign on to that, and it's an amazing experience, very immersive experience. We get to meet all of the characters in depth.
We do.
That's going to be really cool.
It's going to be
But then we're also going to do a Facebook video or YouTube video whereby you get to also meet all of the bears in quarter 1 and quarter 2.
Yeah.
And then another one that we get to meet in quarter 3 and quarter 4.
That's it.
And that's going to be the Bear Cubs talking about the collections and meeting all of the detail. Bears
There's
in
going
more
to be
detail.
so many opportunities
Cool.
to meet all of the
That's
characters.
fine then. I'm happy with that. as long as you're not going to miss me out and you're going to show me everything, right?
And we don't want to keep everybody up until 3. Some
That's
of you
very
have
cool.
work in the morning, including me.
So,
yeah.
Charlie,
I know, where do you start?
I'm gonna. I mean, there must be at least one favourite.
No, I can't have favourites, and
Okay.
you know that. I like all of them for different reasons. But like you mentioned before, there's 60 different characters. There's something, hopefully, that has been created for every kind of collector that's out there. We've got small, we've got colourful, we've got crazy coloured ones. We've got some very traditional stylings. We've got some beautiful, beautiful autumn browns, tree bark browns, and all sorts of different colours that you can imagine. It's eclectic. It always is. I make no apology for that. You know, it's just something that we're known for at Charlie Bears, because we want to make sure that there is a bear out there for everybody.
So we've got a couple of really big standout pieces here. I mean, these are probably the biggest pieces in the collection, I think, this year,
Some
Charlie.
of the largest ones. We have got 3 or 4 that are sort of all competing for that. So when you see Anita and Annette, we've got Big Sister. We have Roslyn, who's taking a little ride on your little car
Is this
that I
Anita
bought
and
you.
Annette? These
They
two?
are indeed.
Yep.
And then we've got Rachel, obviously one that's close to my heart.
So they're some of the
My
bigger
cousin.
pieces, and they're probably about between, well, I would have said probably around about 20 to 22 inches, are they? I'm sorry, I haven't got a couple of
They're
them.
huge pieces,
But they are rather big pieces.
they are statement pieces, and I think it's important in any of our collections that we have these statement pieces, but we also have the little ones that are small enough to sit on bigger bears.
There's one hiding away here. Look.
Definitely, definitely. Now, I know this one's very close to your heart. This is Big Sister.
This is Big Sister.
I know. Absolutely beautiful.
Slightly forgetful, slightly silly. Oh no, sorry, that's my sister.
Oh, no, absolutely gorgeous.
My big sister's awesome.
She is indeed. And this one is actually 24.5 inches in height.
Yep.
So you can see she is big. You can tell when she's sat on your knee. She's got the most gorgeous weight to her. Really, really beautiful colours. Anybody that sort of saw the collection this year, or rather last year, which was Baby Sister and Big Brother, I'm sure will be absolutely thrilled to bits that we've brought out a Big Sister.
So that's Big Sister, and Roslyn, and tell us who else.
And
is?
Rachel,
Rachel
these
as
are
well.
23 inches in height.
Wow, so she is a very big character. So, Charlie, if you were going to choose a bear to spend a bit more time with,
Oh, that's...
who's it going to be?
Oh, you know, strangely enough, now everybody's going to giggle at this, it's probably not going to be one that you think. I'm not allowed favourites. You know that I always choose one to champion the collection every year, and that is the Charlie Yearbear.
Not allowed to say that.
But I know I'm not allowed to say that one. I would say, when I look around, there's a couple that I would love to spend time with all year. But the little tiny pairing up here, we have
Okay.
Foggy and Smog,
Let's have a little closer look at that one then.
which is absolutely gorgeous. I love the little pea green colours that's in there. I must admit, tugs at my heartstrings and just has that little look that just...
They are
It
quite
makes
unusual
me
colours,
stare.
Charlie, aren't they?
They are, and I think it's important that we keep playing with colours. We've always said here at Charlie Bears, bears are not just brown and pandas are not just black and white. We have tricoloured pandas, we have lots of different colours that we inject into the collections every single year, because we know there's so many different colour schemes that people have at home. You know, bright is beautiful, and I believe everybody, you know, every single character that we create has its own special place within the collection. You only need to walk around the gallery and look at all of the different colours, all of those changes that we've embraced, everything. You know, it's a whole rainbow of colours. It's a magical, enchanting place to be. And that's what I want the collection to be like every year. Yes, we always do traditional styles. Yes, we always use traditional colours, but not always in the way that you would expect to see them. And that's what I think is so lovely about it.
I'm going to do something really naughty. I'm going to pull Sophie in and ask her a question as to which is her. she's sat there behind the camera going, no! And then Sam just, hey, here, have a microphone. So come on, Sophie. Now, we've all met Sophie before. Hi, Sophie. Hi. So we've all met Sophie before. So, Sophie,
Yes,
you've seen the collection now.
I have.
Have you chosen a favourite? Sorry, not a favourite. Have you chosen a character that you'd like to highlight?
I can't just choose one. I
Oh,
must admit,
good.
because
See.
my favourite time of year is Christmas.
Right.
So I quite like.
Oh, I
the ones that are
see.
random are these guys.
We got to wait a while for these guys, though.
We have...
So who have we got here?
So that's Holly Jolly.
Holly Jolly, yep.
And I love the jumper on this one. Because I love
cool,
a
yeah.
Christmas jumper.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah, so I like the mistletoe, and I think that's a little robin with a
It
Christmas
is.
hat on the front as well.
And the little star detailing down the
Yeah.
arms
And then
there
Holly
as
Jolly's
well.
got some more team members, is that right?
Yes, so I believe we have Figgy as well.
Yeah.
Oh, and that is a removable outfit.
It
I
is,
believe.
yeah. Everything's
Yeah.
all velcroed on, so it can all be removed. As we know, a bear's not just for Christmas.
Gorgeous.
Okay.
And then we have Frosty. Oh, whose hat always falls off.
Oh,
Right.
poor little Frosty.
He does. He's got a little separate hat there. But I mean, every snowman has a little top hat, doesn't he?
Oh, look at him.
With his little carrot.
He's just very, very cool.
You can make him really hip.
We can have a little, we can have a little closer look at these two.
Really, really cute. And
Look at
uber
those
soft.
two.
Like I say, he doesn't have to remain a snowman all year.
Well, look,
His
he-
clothes are fully removable, so
Who's
he's just
that
a
getting in
little
on the
bear.
action?
Bonfire Toffee.
It is.
Bonfire Toffee's getting in on the action as well. So there we go. Thank you so much, Sophie. And I do apologise. You were sat there very quietly, just minding your own business,
No,
and we pulled you into the show. So thank you very much indeed
all
for
right, I
showing
can
us.
pop him back.
And you can pop it back. So Charlie, I'm going to go back to you again, and I'm going to ask you another question. And the question is, what is your favourite mini-series? Now, We've done, or you have done, rather wonderfully, a number of different mini-series within the collection. So now I'm not talking about Plumo, I'm not talking about a signature collection. I'm kind of talking about, something similar to what Sophie's just pointed out there, that wonderful kind of Christmas collection. Is there any other collection, mini-series, which is your one that you'd like to highlight?
Now, I get asked this all the time, and the reason why we do mini-series, as you know, I don't like bears being lonely. We do little standalone pieces, but I think, speaking as a collector, there's a particular kind of bear that I like, or a little theme that I like. It can kind of focus me in on collecting that little set of bears. So we have these little mini sets within the whole plush collection, so that it can focus people if you like that. This year being the Clock Tower, we've done a little planetary series, and Out of This World, which are really super cool, brand new fabrics, quite dark and, very immersive. They sort of pull you in, and the colours are just phenomenal. But then on the flip side of that, we've got some really bright ones. So one that I would probably, it's so hard because I like all of them for different reasons, but I love my Little Moon collection. There's 3 little characters in there. You can see them just sat up here. We have Blue Moon, Rose Moon, and Harvest Moon. And it wasn't until we were doing research, because of course there's an immense amount of research that goes in behind any collection that we do, especially when we're theming them, how many different types of moon there are. We never realised. You think about the moon, lunar, you think about half moon and full moon, and there's all sorts of, it takes your brain off in all sorts of different ways, but there was also lots of different coloured moons.
Yeah.
So that kind of triggered something as an inspiration for us to design this little mini-series. And we came up with these 3 wonderful characters. They're very vibrant, very, very beautiful, and just the right amount of fluffy for me. It's definitely the type of bear that I personally would collect. The planets, the moons, it's just, they're enchanting.
So I'm going to go with the 2 that I'd like to spend a bit more time with.
2? You said 1.
Oh, sorry, yeah. But there's actually 2. And it's for a very, very good reason. And you know why. It's the greedy mice.
The mice.
The greedy mice.
That's your love of cheese.
The greedy mice.
Coming through there.
They are just
Yeah.
awesome. And there is a very good reason for this. I'll explain next year. Sorry. But anyway, yes, those 2. I think it would be those 2 for me. I want to spend a bit more time
You've got
with.
Yarg and Cheddar.
Yarg is one of my favourite cheeses anyway. Cheddar, great on toast, right? So that would be that one. And my mini-series is, that I'm totally into my air fryer now. Throwing me veg in there. It's my little veg series.
The little veggie plot.
Yeah.
And these are just
Charlie,
amazing.
they are just cool.
They're just so super cool, aren't they?
So
I know.
different.
Well, we've obviously done the little dress characters before. We've had the sleepover series. We had the little pyjamas range that we did with all the, like I say, the different little sleepy suits. We've done dress characters before, like the ones that Sophie chose, with Figgy and Frosty. All clothes are fully removable. But we know, we all need our little 5 a day. And we were thinking about our little veggie plot. We had great fun. And Magda especially had great fun trying to photograph these in situ in a veg plot, which was just amazing. And the pictures are gorgeous, but they are absolutely beautiful. So we highlighted 4 different little vegetables.
Awesome.
We've got our little red cabbage, we've got a parsnip, of course we've got the little sprout and the baby carrot. So Chantenay, Gustus, we've got Pickles and Lancer, which are just absolutely dreamy. And like I say, all of these outfits, I know they're very chemical. We wanted to make you smile. That's what bear collecting is all about. It's about smiling, having fun, choosing these characters, being playful. You can dress, redress, you can get your own little outfits. It doesn't matter, it's your bear. But what we wanted to do is just raise a smile and thought, do you know what? We can't bypass this opportunity. It's spring. We need to start getting the veggies growing.
So, talking about putting a smile on people's faces then, Charlie, who are we going to send to a friend?
Oh.
And I think it kind of needs to be one of the one-off pieces, so we don't have to send them all 3. But like one of the one-off pieces, maybe.
Well, we've got quite a few aptly named bears this year. To mention a few, we have Carnival, we've got Shindig, which always makes me giggle whenever we think about naming that. But there's a little bear, so right behind your head there.
Yeah.
All the little brownie tones. And this is a perfect one to send because she's called anniversary.
This one, Charlie.
Anniversary.
This one.
Yeah.
Can I get it down?
I just think she's absolutely exquisite.
Come on, Annie.
And again, a patchwork bear.
Whoa.
So lots of pattern pieces in there.
There you go.
She's a great size, but can be used for anything. But the sheer fact that she's called Anniversary, you know, just nice. It's just depicting that time of year.
She's beautiful. And like we were saying earlier about the different pieces that are made to create this character, this is 60 odd pieces of fabric, isn't it, to create this wonderful piece.
And we've
And
been
that's
very playful with the accessories this year. You'll see a ribbon within a ribbon.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so we've put almost like this ladder stitch through the ribbons to create her accessory and things like that. But yeah, and it's nice to me, sort of a hark back to some of the bears that we've made in the past, you know, using similar patterns and being playful with the fabrics. Of course, she's a panda, so I'm bound to love her. But I just think a perfect one. Somebody's always celebrating an anniversary somewhere, aren't they?
Yes.
Whether, yeah, absolutely.
We're having a lot of fun then. Anyway, okay, so that's who we're going to send to a friend.
That's one that I would send to a friend, but how about you?
Oh, crikey.
Who would you send to a friend?
Apart from the mice, because I just think they're awesome.
But that's who you wanted to have time with or share dinner with.
Can I choose the little fellow up there?
Well, you can, because that would mean another
What's he called?
Chocky Bicky.
Chocky Bicky.
We've got currant bun and
Yeah.
Chocky Bicky.
Yeah. So
Now, nobody needs an excuse. We always say, don't we, whenever the catalogue's launched, make time to grab a cup of tea or a hot cup of coffee with a couple of Chocky Bickies and sit down and just peruse the catalogue. Just, you
the
know,
reason I'm going
take
to choose them is because they're going to go in a small box.
a small box.
Yeah, small box. Yeah.
Honestly.
They've got a little box. And
They
they can
are
just go on the
teeny,
travels.
weeny, tiny.
They're lovely little things.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Absolutely perfect.
So that's what I'm going to choose.
Yeah.
And then I've got another question for you. Who tugs on your heartstrings? There's got to be one.
There's a lot that tug on my heartstrings for lots of different
can't see
reasons.
them
And
there.
probably, like I say, not always
choose.
necessarily the obvious ones. There's different ones that I like for different reasons.
Yeah.
I mean, we were talking about bonfire toffee and treacle toffee earlier. They're really nice, reminiscent for me, because it always reminds me of here in England when we have bonfire night and you have those gorgeous, delicious little sweet treats along with your parking and things like that. I think if I was sending one to some of my friends up in Yorkshire, I would definitely send them a bonfire or a treacle toffee,
Yeah.
you know? They tug on my heartstrings because it brings back memories for me.
Yeah.
You know, there's lots of other little things that I think about. I'm quite magical in the way that I think, you know, so I like the likes of our little unicorn Swish. I think, you know, if I was sending it to one of my nieces, it'd probably be Swish. Mind you, I'm loving the party girls this year.
Yeah, I was
Tea
gonna say.
party, garden party, and pyjama party. I mean, how much fun was it naming these? I mean,
Yeah.
come on. Just great.
And what about these little characters as well? Because we've got some tagey little characters here.
We
And
have
We've got
part of our ice cream
Clotted
parlour
cream.
range. We have
Matcha.
matcha, yeah. There's also honeycomb,
sorry,
which
I'm
is
causing
wonderful.
chaos.
You are,
Honeycomb.
yeah. And tea berry. Now, did you know that was a flavoured ice cream? Tea berry. Not that you would want a cup of tea with ice cream, perhaps,
somewhere.
but
Here she is. Right, I'm sorry. I'm completely in the wrong spot. There you go.
they are indeed. But really, really super cute. I say it's small enough to sit on Bigger Bear's knees. And it's this lovely array of colours. You can just
Hang on a minute.
imagine
We
them.
all
can't
need
you?
to start looking in the right direction. Right.
We
you
do
look in that
indeed.
direction there.
Your arm's not large enough, look.
No. So you look in that direction, and then you look in that direction, and then
And again, super, super cute.
they're going to fall out of my arms in a minute.
They are
so,
indeed. I think it's just having that splash of colour.
Right,
you know,
hang
and
on a
having
minute.
that
Kids,
room
come on.
that you
Over
would
here.
do
Stop
that.
messing about.
But they're probably perfect to send to friends, aren't
Yep,
they?
yep.
A little excuse to maybe meet up for an ice cream date.
And the other ones that I really like, and I was just kind of trying to find ones that are really awkward to get to. Sophie, can you give me a hand a second? Could you possibly pass me the bunny rabbits? Thank you very much indeed. Because I can't quite get there. Thank you. You're a very glamorous assistant. Thank you very much indeed. Yeah. Charlie, tell me about these two characters.
Oh, I know. So we've never had a collection where we don't include bunnies. I think we've tried to in the past. There's not that many bunnies in this year because we had quite a lot last year. But absolutely beautiful. You know, again, we love this lop-eared. The fabrics that we've used are dense, you know, they're very long piled.
Beautiful.
They're super, super soft to the touch. They have their little bobtails. They're gorgeous little features in there, in these soft pastels, pale greys. You know, it's still very on trend.
They are going to be super popular.
They are really, really, really beautiful. I'm going to just highlight another one that's hidden here, because I know that you are going to be able to. You need to pop them back now, don't you?
Yes. I'm not entirely
Probably
sure
couldn't
about
see them straight away because they're hidden, but I'm just going to hold them up. For all of our Hattie collectors out there, I know you're going to absolutely love these two. We have two new little characters. So we've got little Cozy, that obviously I'm highlighting here. You can see in the little hat, in these beautiful, beautiful winter whites that we've got. Can I just pass you Cozy a second while I just grab the Comfort Cuddles?
Yeah.
Just try and reach in.
He's awesome.
Oh, little friend look. I know whenever we've created little Hattie bears in the past, always, always, always the collectors have been saying, where can I get one? These are absolutely exquisite. And we decided this year to add some more Hatties to the collection.
Nice.
In the plush. So Comfort Cuddles, and you've got Cozy over there.
I have got Cozy.
And again, can you just imagine? It's going to nestle beautifully under the Christmas tree. What a present.
I'm just going to put them together as a team. Look at those
So you
two.
can see them. Absolutely gorgeous.
Fantastic. Oh, well done, Charlie. They're absolutely beautiful.
There's so many to choose from this year. And like I say, lots of seasonal pieces, lots of names that we've used. There's a tremendous amount of bear pairings, not too many standalone characters, but there's one character that we always talk about.
William Bear.
Every single year. Guess again.
Is it the Charlie Year Bear?
It could be.
How many years have we been doing that?
So this is hug number 15.
And this is the Charlie Year Bear?
That's the Charlie Year Bear there. Can you pass her down for me?
Oh, crikey. Yeah, I'll certainly
just see
try,
if you can
Charlie.
just
Just
try
a
and-
bit.
Sorry, ill-equipped. It's still late or
Come on,
early.
come on, lady.
Isn't it?
There you go.
Thank you. So yeah, this year's Charlie Year Bear. Just bring her around here. Sorry.
She looks fabulous with
Nestling.
Rosalind and Rachel, by the way.
I know, doesn't she just hold her
as
hair
well.
where you
Look
can
at that.
see her? Absolutely
Teamwork,
stunning.
that's the dream work.
Love this. We've got these soft blush rose pinks and obviously the little whites. She's a panda. It's no surprise there. I tend to always lean towards that sort of look, don't I? But absolutely beautiful. Now, obviously, she's one of the most sought after. I know, guessing what the collectors are all going to go for first. She's normally the first to sell out every year. See, like you said before, we're shortening the collections this year. We're not producing quite as many because we're still trying to play catch up after the topsy-turvy 3 or 4 years that we've had. So she will still be, I think, the one, because we know we have collectors that only ever collect the Year Bear. And like I say, she's number 15 now, which I can't believe that we've been doing it for that long.
What do you think, other than the Charlie Year Bear, who do you think is going to be on the top 5 collectors' wish list? So when we launch the collection, you can do one of two things. You can either order through our retailers, wonderful retailers all around the world. You can order through Charlie Bears Direct. Or alternatively, you can just write down at the back of the book and put it on the fridge so that everybody sees exactly which bears you want for your birthday, Mother's Day, Christmas, just because, whenever.
Your anniversary.
Whatever, right? So they're the different ways that we can kind of get hold of these bears. So what do you think is going to be on the top 5 list for our collectors?
And you know, it's always changing because obviously we get the information through from QVC and TVSN. Obviously, we have our fabulous Cuddle Time TV shows. So if you don't know about those, you really need to find out. But there's lots of different ways, like I say, that you can do that, and lots of different times of year where the popularity of the characters change.
So what's top 5?
Oh,
Can I start?
you can, well, you have guessed top spot. If you were to guess, we don't know.
I have
Top
no
spot, if
idea.
you were to guess.
No, I'm going to say which one's good. Well, yes. Yes, of course.
Not that I'm rubbing it
She's
in.
always incredibly popular, just as William Bear was. I mean, he was one of the most popular bears of all time. If you look back on that and look back in the archives, he is very, very highly collectible. Don't worry about Charlie Year Bear.
The Charlie Year Bear.
Anyway, so Charlie, just give me the little fella behind there.
Now,
That's the one.
you're
But bring his
cheating.
brother out as well.
You're cheating.
Why?
Well, you already know Splodge, a few years ago now, was one of the most popular. Our teeny weeny, brightly coloured, patterned plush bear.
Yep.
He has just so many colours. It's unbelievable. Let me just.
He needs
pass
his
it.
mate.
He needs his big brother.
He needs his big brother.
So this is Higgledy and Piggledy.
So basically, he's the one that's the troublemaker,
He is indeed.
and then he tries to bring his mate along to
big
sort things
brother,
out.
little brother, or big
Yeah.
sister, little sister. We've got Higgledy and Piggledy. These
So
gorgeous,
Higgledy,
gorgeous.
Higgledy.
They always remind me of sort of
Sorry.
artist palettes. When we do these printed plushes, I have so many. You know when you see the artist work and they have their little palette there and they've mixed all the colours and they're painting
Yeah.
and you get all of these wonderful different colours on their little boards. And I always look at these and think, oh my word, kaleidoscope, blotch, splodge. We know that our collectors
So I
adore
think
the
they're going to
colours.
be massively popular.
Yeah, I agree with you there.
Okay.
I think that
So that's
potentially.
one of the 5 spots.
Yeah.
Well, we've done 2 of the 5 spots.
But I'm also going to
Three.
be really, really naughty and show you something else that's hiding
I
that I know people are going to love because
Yeah.
we're becoming quite collectible in our own little dragon world.
Yeah.
Now, these two that we've got, which you're going to see, Storm Chaser. Oh, let me just bring them through here so that you can see. You hold Storm Chaser
Yeah.
there.
And what's the inspiration behind these then, Charlie?
this
I mean,
one's
these
Shadow
are just
Knight.
incredible, aren't you?
These are baby dragons. Now, did you know a baby dragon is known as a hatchling?
Yes.
So these are little hatchlings. These are tiny little dragons that we've brought out in these wonderful greys. You've got the little injection of white there. On this one here, you can see we've got these metallic little ruff. He's got his little wings, little horns. Absolutely exquisite. So I would guess, because we're playing the guessing game,
Yeah.
that these also may possibly be in the top 5.
Yeah.
But then I find that really, really difficult to choose because if you're into your pastels, it's definitely going to be the party girls.
Yeah.
It's going to be garden party, pajama party,
Ooh,
for sure.
there's some more pastels.
There are more pastels.
Let me show you more pastels. More pastels. Here are girls.
Now these are, again, incredible. Like
Look
I said,
at
we can't
these.
go too much. I know.
Charlie, sorry, we're just causing absolute chaos.
You
here.
are,
Can you just grab,
and we have nowhere to
grab
put all
her?
of these.
and I will have...
You were only meant to be choosing a few.
I know, right? We talked about pastels, and these are all hidden.
And these are
I
all
don't like-
different
I don't like them being hidden.
times of the day.
There we go.
So absolutely amazing.
So who have
I've
we
got
got?
little Daybreak here. Who
And who
have
have I
you
got?
got on your knee there?
I have got.
You
sorry,
need to
'cause
learn
it's
all of these names, look.
Sunset.
Sunset, Daybreak,
Sunset. This is sunset,
and the colour on that one is just magical.
and then this one is twilight. So
You know when you have that,
twilight.
we talk about this when we're
Sunset.
photographing them, don't we? You have that magic hour,
Can I
that
have- can I have
golden
Daybreak?
hour where we love taking the photographs and you've got all of these different colours that come through. They're very subtle, the differences that we've got. But I love that fact that we've got the daybreak, the sunset, the twilight, all of those different
And
colours.
they're really substantial bears as well.
They really are.
Absolutely spectacular.
Absolutely beautiful. But again, it's got that beautiful sort of old-fashioned colour spectrum to them. You know, you've got these antique roses, these blush pinks, these gorgeous, gorgeous,
So
as
we
I call them, parchment cream.
Basically ended up showing you near enough all of the characters.
Not quite. There's still a few that we haven't highlighted. But, you know, like I said, the Bear Cubs are going to be releasing some videos of the Q1, Q2, and then a separate video with Q3, Q4, so that you get to find out a little more. You get to see the sizes, the colours, learn their names. But in the meantime, before that, we do have the PDF flip book, which is available for you to look online
Yep.
on our Facebook pages. If you want, we do have some of our beautiful, if you're like me and you like a coffee table copy, we have our beautiful catalogues which are available. You know, you're going to be seeing these on the QVC shows. You're going to be seeing more characters that you've not got to meet yet on our amazing Cuddle Time shows. You know, there's lots of places to see. Online is going to be full of gorgeous white shots that we've taken as well. So you are going to see the bears all over the place.
But you can, of course, always come down here.
You can indeed. We have a very specific area, aptly this year. It's going to be in our clock tower. So you'll be able to come and have a look in our clock tower display and see our brand new clock tower collection. So that's going to hold everything. It's going to have our Isabel collection, our Bear House, our plush, our signature, the Plumo, and another collection that everybody's been waiting for.
So that's a really good forward look at a good chunk of the pieces that are within our 2023 plush collection, which is amazing. And we're just going to have a look at a few more little lifestyle images.
And some beautifully photographed shots that Sam and Magda have included so that you get to see a little more of each of the bears.
So as if by magic, we've changed away from the plush collection to a collection within a collection, Charlie.
We have. It's our Plumo collection. As you know, something we're immensely proud of here at Charlie Bears. It's a trademark name for us. Plumo, it's a mixture of both the finest quality plush that we can get our paws on, but also blend with alpaca, mohair, wool. So we've had quite a few Plumo bears over the years. They've featured in several of the collections now that we've been doing. So I love this. I know Isabel does too. It's always something that's really close to our heart. It gives us that excuse, because these are limited in production to 1,000 pieces globally, gives us that excuse to be a little more playful with the colour, with the fabrics that we use. They truly are a luxurious product.
So if you're wanting to kind of move away from, you know, you've maybe collected the Bear House collection, then you've collected the plush collection, is this the natural progression into then collecting mohair bears? Or?
It could be, because like I said, it does have that mohair and alpaca wool content. There's lots of our Isabel collectors, a lot of our mohair collectors that also want to just try a few of the plush, and this is the perfect place to land. Definitely. I would plop myself right in the middle of the Plumo collection. Absolutely love it.
So these are all generally limited in production?
They are indeed, yes. Every one this year, there's 7 in this year's collection, are all limited in production to 1,000 pieces globally.
So which one are you taking out on a date?
Well, from the lifestyle shots that you're going to see, hopefully, in a minute, and the names that we've given them, remember it's all about time, but also a lot of the ones that we've done this year have also been about our guilt-free treats. So named after puddings, pies, cakes, biscuits. So I suppose if I was going to go for dinner, what part of the menu do I always look at first?
Pudding.
The pudding. So maybe vanilla pudding.
Vanilla pudding.
Vanilla pudding.
And, you know, vanilla pudding, as with all of the Plumo bears that we do, we tend to put a lot of Charlie Bear's traditional features in,
We do.
but also some additional features, and Vanilla Pudding has got those additional features.
It's absolutely steeped in all of our different design features that we have, but the one that's going to be the most noticeable, and I know you're all probably screaming now at the TV going, oh, it's a gorgeous giggler. So we do this little open mouth detailing, really, really super hard to do. Because it takes a lot of extra work. It's far complicated pattern to design so that it doesn't look too scary or anything like that. It's just got to have that essence, that look, that spirit of having that little giggle. It just makes me smile when I see our gorgeous gigglers. I absolutely adore creating them.
And I just think, that is absolutely beautiful. And actually, at first glance, looks like an all mohair bear, but actually the alpaca is just simply on the face and on the inner ears, isn't it?
Absolutely.
It just beautifully matches in with that other super soft fabric. And that's normally the case with the alpaca bears, isn't it? With the Plumo bears, is that we tend to use a very fine fabric to go with it as well.
We do. We really love placing, like I say, these different fabrics on the faces because you could get a much finer detailing when you're finishing bear's face, with the use of alpaca and mohair, but absolutely stunning. Like I say, all of the other fabrics that we've used, you can see, I almost don't want to, he's so soft.
Yeah.
Incredibly soft. So the answer to your question earlier, which one would I like to spend time with, maybe go on a dinner date with? Absolutely for me, Vanilla Pudding.
Right.
But I'm going to throw that question right back at you.
Boys' night out.
So you're going with gooseberry pie.
Yeah, gooseberry pie, who has a friend called
Trifle.
Trifle. Do you know why I've gone with this bear? Because we were recently out of the factory, Charlie, and I see the work that goes into creating these characters.
Yeah.
Now, so just to give you some kind of an idea, this isn't a printed fabric.
No.
These are all independent pieces of fabric. Every single time that you see a change of colour is a brand new different piece of fabric.
Yeah.
And so therefore, in order to make a bear normally, so something like vanilla pudding,
Yeah.
that's probably around about 10 different pieces of fabric. A little bit more because obviously we're doing the blue on the face.
It would always double up when you're making the bear because obviously things come in pairs. So, if you were to have, for example, 9 pattern pieces for that particular bear, then you would end up with 18 because you have the to and fro. With this, you'll be amazed to know there's over 64.
Over 64
pattern pieces to create our little gooseberry pie.
And we saw this in action, and it is just so remarkable to see the bear being created from so many tiny little different pieces. And that all adds to the cost, doesn't it, in terms of production? But it creates these wonderful kind of bespoke pieces, doesn't it?
It does, and it allows us to be very eco-friendly as well. We can create these little bears like we have in the past when you think back to Ragsy and things like that, where we have little overruns of fabrics that we buy. So we're able to take all of those and create all of these wonderful pattern pieces to create a further character in the collection.
Yeah.
And that is absolutely the case with gooseberry pie. Stunning.
And you know what the best news is? It's his round next. So that's it. We've gone out on the boys' night. Oh, it's your round next. Sorry. Right. So that is the Plumo collection for this year.
Just some other little comments on names so that when you're quickly flicking through your catalogue or you're flipping through our flip book, your PDF flip book on our Facebook pages, we keep talking about the Clock Tower collection, all to do with time. So some of the other names, which I'm sure you're going to be completely enchanted by, are names for, example, Early Bird. Definitely one for you. You like to get up early, don't you?
I'm always there. Yep.
I'm more of a night owl.
Yep.
So that's this little character here, little night owl. So there's Early Bird and Night Owl. We've got 40 Winks. You like to do that
Love
too.
about 40 Winks, yeah.
We have Siesta.
I love one of those.
And also Doze here in the middle. Again, another gorgeous giggle.
You should have called it the Wilfie Bears collection, essentially.
Instead of the Plumo range.
Yeah.
But yeah, really, really beautiful bears. Like I say, there's a little piece of alpaca or mohair, wool, things like that into the bears as well. So completely enchanting, gorgeous to the touch, and limited in production to 1,000 pieces globally.
What a beautiful collection. So we're going to have a little cutaway and we'll have a look at some closer shots of some of the wonderful lifestyle images that we managed to take of the Plumo collection.
Yeah.
The Signature Collection is only the second year of our Signature Collection, made of the finest plush fabrics and numbered limited editions of only 600 pieces.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Oh, I know,
And
right?
Charlie, come on, I mean, this is just amazing. This is the Signature Collection for Charlie Bear. So tell us, first and foremost, what is the Signature Collection?
So the Signature Collection is a new collection that we've been rather playful with. We've been trying to sort of uplift the plush collection to make some limited edition pieces within it. So what we've done is little dress characters. With the Signature, we kind of like to dress and be playful, give them little outfits and theme. So last year we met the likes of Bedwood, we met Stroll, Trail, all little characters with those wonderful little coats that we had. There was Rootle, there was a whole series of reindeers, but that was so last year. This year, we wanted to take you on a magical journey. It's all to do with time, as you know. One of the most well-loved books that I'm sure everybody globally knows about. One of my favourites, as you know, had to be the Lewis Carroll Alice collection. So we've chosen a few characters, not necessarily the obvious ones, because we don't do obvious Charlie Bears. We do different. So we've introduced a few firm favourites,
So
a
talk
few
us
you might
through
not know about.
who we've got here. I mean, obviously, the White Rabbit.
Obviously.
Yeah.
You know, he is a key part in the story. Late. I'm late for a very important date.
Yes.
You know, he is absolutely the key in this collection. Like I say, we've picked different characters. So we've got a White Rabbit, as you mentioned, limited edition of 600 pieces globally. We know he's not going to last long.
And the nice thing about the Signature Collection is because it's a breakaway from the general plush collection, we're not restricted by the same requirements as far as
No.
safety requirements are concerned.
We're
No,
not.
we're not saying that these are unsafe, but you wouldn't want to give these to a baby.
These are
example.
for collectors age 14 and above, just
Exactly.
like the mohair is.
And that basically means that we can do things like the real
Add
whiskers,
whiskers,
we can do
yeah.
you know, like the very tiny details that we put into all of these things, which is just fabulous. So then moving on then to the next one in line is the Froggy.
Well, should we meet little Dormouse?
We can meet whoever you want, Charlie.
Little Dormouse.
Should we just lift her up very slightly?
need to lift her
Is that going to cause
ever so
absolute chaos to
slightly.
everybody?
And again, got this Victoriana palette way that we've used in little colours in her dress. It's sort of these beautiful antique roses, this blush coloured. Again, she's got little whiskers, completely handmade, can stand or sit, is fully jointed, fully closed. She's got her hand embroidered nose, all of the airbrushing, all of the extra detailing around her little eyes. I mean, how can you resist that little
She's
face?
just spectacular, Charlie. I mean, like, look at the detail. That's as much detail has gone into that as they do creating one of the very expensive mohair pieces.
That's right.
So essentially, it's all of those same techniques that have gone in time-honoured traditions, really,
Yeah.
gone into creating these wonderful, wonderful little pieces.
That's something we're immensely proud of, you know, irrespective of whether you're buying a Bear House piece, a plush, our Signature, or even the Isabel. You know, we always use these traditional techniques and methods when we're creating the bears. You know, we want them to be here forever. We want them to be the heirlooms of tomorrow. So, you know, we do hand cut, we do hand finish, we do hand embroider all of the noses so that you've got that additional quality. There's nothing in this that is simple. Every single pattern that we've used in all of these 4 characters, especially the next 2 that you're going to meet, it's immense, you know. The complexity of patterns is phenomenal.
Okay, so let's move on then. Who do you want to go to next?
Well, we've got the little footman. As you know, they would take the invitation to invite Alice to the palace. So you do see that very beautiful old illustration of the frog and fish footman handing each other an envelope, inviting Alice to the palace. So
I'm just going to lift him up ever so slightly, just so I can show you.
now this one
show you
is
his
the
feet. Look at his
fish.
feet.
I know.
He's actually got fluffy slippers on.
Yes, indeed.
Effectively.
Now, the shoes are not removable. They're part of this little character that we've done. But he's got his little buckled shoes on. He's got little pantaloons. He's got a little frilly shirt. He's got his jacket, which is fully lined. And obviously his little pantaloons.
He's
that
even got
there.
underneath here, right? I need to show you.
You do.
He's got a little fishy tail.
He has a little fishy tail because he is the fish.
That's
footman.
just awesome.
He's also got a tailcoat, so you can see
has got a tailcoat.
we've added on that additional little design there. He's got the little doll hair wig as well because, of course, at the time they wore the little wigs, didn't they? And the little hat. And then last but not least, we've got the little frog footman. And again, he's got this beautiful attention to detail. You can see there with his little lined jacket. He's got his little shirt, his little tie there. So the sculpturing that we've done, the eyes that we've used, they've got these beautiful wide-eyed looks. The colours that we've used are, again, very Victoriana. He's got the little tailcoat, just like his little pal there. So these 4 are part of the release in our general collection.
So is that it for the signature collection?
These are going to be available worldwide through stockists. The 4 Alice characters that you're seeing here, the White Rabbit, the Dormouse, the Fish and Frog Footman, are available globally, but still only creating 600.
So is that it for the signature collection this year?
You know you're being naughty by asking me that.
Well, the only reason I'm asking is because I found a little brochure here, which is available to our Best Friends Club members.
It
I
is
believe.
indeed.
You can actually buy the brochure, by the way. If you go online, we have a separate section on the website. I think they're going to put a little section up down here somewhere. Is it down in the corner somewhere? I don't know where it's going to be. It's probably down here somewhere. It's going to be a QR code where you can buy the brochure. So if you want that, you can get that. But if you want this one, and this is the one. This is a secret one, isn't it?
That's a
this
secret.
is one I like.
It does actually feature separate collections that you may see if you tune into our QVC shows, the TVSN, or our Cuddle Time shows. William Morris, let me remove that from you immediately. He's being naughty now. But yes, in answer to your question, because you completely let the cat out of the bag, so to speak, we do have 2 further Alice characters.
But if I join the Best Friends Club,
You will be
I
able
get
to
one of
see
those.
them. You do indeed. You get a sneaky peeks and secrets.
That's amazing.
It's incredible, isn't it? But let's wait till the Cuddle Time shows to meet the other ones. Don't you agree?
I agree.
I think so.
Okay, well, I think we're going to move on now, Charlie. What a wonderful collection the signature collection is. And I'm so proud to have been able to introduce it into the collection now, which is just
It's
amazing.
been absolutely
And it
amazing.
kind of makes me wonder where we're going to go for the future.
Well,
right?
exactly. But we also have to have a huge, great big thank you to Isabel for helping create this. I mean, Isabel and I had so much fun. We're both completely dotty about Alice. So it was a really lovely collection to work on. It is no mystery that we both love it. So I should imagine there will be further characters coming out in the future. But while we're talking about Isabel, because we know you can't wait, some of the most hotly anticipated bears that we bring out every year, after we've seen our VT, we're going to jump onto those ones.
Cool, there we go. So let's dive straight in. So here we are with the Isabel collection. A collection of 30 new characters for 2023. Favourites?
Favourites?
Have you got favourites?
Oh, I was going to say 30 favourites, that's all of them.
Yeah.
No, I don't have favourites. You ask me this every time, and every time my answer is going to be exactly the same. Everyone has its own merit. I think every single bear that we do is different. Each and every year I have massive conversation with Isabel about what we're going to do, what kind of characters we're going to feature. This year, with it all being about time and it being the clock tower, we've really sort of pulled in. There's not too many that are these bright colours with lots more traditional styles and beautiful little names behind them all, and different limits that we've got and slightly different accessories to what we're used to. But we've left some firm old favourites in, and we've also got some new little characters.
So for anybody who doesn't know what the Isabel collection is, this is a collection which has been going for many years, isn't it?
Yeah, even before Charlie Bear.
It is indeed. And we were very lucky to become, well, first and foremost, the global distributor for the Isabel collection.
Yeah.
But then now you and Isabel and the rest of the design team work really closely together to kind of bring out characters that you know are going to be loved by our collectors all around the world.
Absolutely, and it's a firm favourite now in the Charlie Bears collection. You know, we have different types of collectors, which we're always talking about. There's some collectors that prefer our push collections, our bear house, and then there's the ones that are connoisseur collectors, as they like to be called. And it always makes me giggle, that word, I suppose. I'm a mixture because I can be a connoisseur. I do like my limited edition mohair pieces, but I also love my little bundles of fluff and my little bear house characters too. They are very sought after, often the first ones to get pre-adopted. We know that there's always, it seems to be this mad rush for everybody to get them pre-ordered with the various stockists globally. All of these 30 that you're seeing are available worldwide. It's not the whole Isabel collection for the year, because there will be little sneaky peeks into our Cuddle Time shows, our Best Friends Club. There's lots of different reasons that these bears pop up throughout the year, which is really exciting. Each one is limited edition. That's a numbered limited edition certificate, which range from as low as, I believe, 200 this year up to 400.
So these pieces are the most difficult to find ordinarily. And at the launch of the new collection, they normally get snapped up very, very quickly. That's fair to say?
They do, yeah.
So how do we get ourselves onto a wish list? How do we get involved in that?
Like I say, a lot of these are available globally. So all of our stockists that stock our Isabel collection all normally take wish lists. You do sometimes get to see them. You do a counter view on the TVSN show in Australia. Fortunately, we don't have enough to go around that they feature anymore on the QVC shows. But you can contact any of the retailers, obviously tune into TVSN show. Or if you really, really struggle, contact the Bear House here, the Australian Cub House, the American Cub House, because we can normally locate a bear. Yep. Charlie Bears Direct also has a portion of the Isabel collection as well, which is available for adoption. So there are lots of different places. Please don't despair.
And that's really, really important, because there are some retailers that don't take pre-orders.
Absolutely not, no.
Like, for example, we will do a wish list, but then we do a wait list. So therefore, if we hear of any cancellations along the way.
Yeah.
And so therefore, there's always generally opportunities to kind of get onto the wish list. I mean, obviously, some of them get completely oversubscribed, and we get
They do. But we do try our best to, it's always a service that we've offered here at Charlie Bears, where we try to match collectors up with their favourite bears. It may be that it's a retailer in America that's got one left, or somebody in Ireland, or but we do try to pair you with your bear. So like I say, if you do struggle, please contact one of the either the Bear House or the Cub Houses, and we will try our very best to help you find your bear.
Now, we're going to be, with the rest of the Bear Cubs, filming some very specific sections of the characters for quarter 1 and quarter 2, and then another quarter 3 and quarter 4.
Yes.
We've also got the virtual appointments section, whereby you can get a little bit more in depth to all these characters. So we're just going to select a couple of pieces to have a little chat about, and they're not our favourites. They're basically just pieces that we thought we'd like to talk about a little bit more.
And highlight maybe something that's a little different.
So what about you, Charlie? What are you going to choose?
Well, there's lots of ones that are always anticipated every year. I have to show very quickly the Charlie Mohair Year Bear. As you know, magically metamorphosises every year into a new character. This year is no exception. We've gone, like I say, with it being all about time, we've tried to use a very sort of old-fashioned colour palette where we've been able to do that. So again, very soft shades, lots of different shades this year in the Mohair Bear. Now, also the one that has got the highest limit, because we know she's one of the most popular. We know there are Isabel collectors out there, our Charlie collectors who love the mohair pieces, always tend to gravitate towards the Year Bear. So the Year Bear this year is the highest limit at 400 pieces. Everything else is below that. So this, yes, very, very quick sneaky peek at the Charlie Mohair Year Bear.
So I'm going to choose, for my first one to talk about, 2 characters, because this is what I always do. Can you guess who it is?
I would probably guess, looking around, that it might be the puppies.
Do you know what? You do really well in a Mr. and Mrs. Faffing and Totter.
Yes.
Limited to 300 pieces. Can we have a look at them, Charlie?
They are
Can you
indeed.
just bring them down quickly? So, who've I got?
There you have Faffing.
Oh my word.
and I have little Toto
Come here, Mr. Faffing. In fact,
There you go.
can I have them both,
You
please?
can. How are you going to be able to show?
Because they're going
The
to both sit here
differences.
like this.
There you go.
Look.
Gorgeous. They've got a slight wiring towards the ears. They're bean filled, so they've got that gorgeous little weight. We've got additional facial sculpture, and again, we've worked long and hard on all of this. The fabrics are absolutely exquisite. Like you say, they're both limited to 300 pieces globally, and the accessories are super cool as well. They've got that little bit of glitz on there. Can you see all of the extra beading that we've done? Like I say, on the little virtual quarterly videos that we're going to be doing, we'll go more in depth into each and every character and show some more of the accessories and things like that. But for now, I think if we just highlight, that's going to be the quickest
Just
way
fabulous.
to do it.
And these two are alpaca.
They are, yeah.
Absolutely wonderful. Okay, choose another one for me, Charlie.
I think that you have always, sorry, let me reach back, just nestle him down, I don't want to fall back into
She's
it.
very good at this.
I think that you're
She's
going to
very good at
probably
this.
choose this
She's
one.
very good at this. Why?
Because that is the kind of bear that you would buy me.
So this is a bear which is normally mistaken for being something wrong with him. And the reason I've kind of chosen him is because I personally love the sparse mohair. Absolutely love him. And so therefore we can see on this particular character, we've got lots of very kind of balding spots where we purposely kind of shaved back. If you look on the arm here, then it's just shaved back, and then if we look on this section here, it's shaved back. So yeah, absolutely wonderful.
Is absolutely gorgeous. It's the bald spotting, it's that antique look, it's that finish that we've got. But just look at the colour and look how his little face, with the extra airbrushing that we've done above the nose, pulling it, your face, you look into his eyes, you just completely get lost there. And again, these beautiful sort of minty greens. Now this is heirloom.
Yeah.
Now,
I was just looking what he's limited to, Charlie. Sorry.
I believe this one is 250.
He is 250. Now, he's got some more kind of partners.
He
in
has.
crime,
It's
haven't
got some
they?
little standalone pieces. You'll notice we do bear pair where we can a lot in the Isabel collection because, again, normally as a collector, you're drawn to a particular style of bear or a colour or, like I say, like with the plush, a little mini series. But we do these standalone pieces. So heirloom actually comes with Cogwheel, who's sat there.
Is this one?
And also,
Oh,
if I reach back here,
he's lovely, isn't he? Look at the colour.
beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. And clockwise.
And then put.
Now, I believe, and let me just double check, I don't want to say the wrong thing, limited to 300 pieces, and again 250 on clockwise.
Just bring him a bit more into.
The accessories
There he
that
is.
we've used on this, all the little inner workings of a little clock. So lots of little cogs, there's beads.
They look great
They
together.
look amazing.
But they're not supposed to be
No.
together effectively, are they?
No, but I think we've been working really closely. Like I say, Isabel and myself were sort of looking there and thinking, well, I know that these would normally be standalone pieces, but there's no reason why you can't make your own little hug, your own little family. There's a reason for all of that. Like with heirloom, with Cogwheel, we've added the tear and repair detailing. It's not an old bear, it's just been made to look like it's an old bear.
So I'm
pre-loved and well loved.
I'm going to choose one for you, Charlie. That I'm going to buy you for, well, just because.
Just because.
Just because. I'm going to go for that lady up there.
Which one? Little Bronte.
Bronte.
I know. So in the past, we've featured older authors and things like that. You think of Charlotte Bronte, Jane Eyre, you think of Emily Bronte, all of those
Yeah.
beautiful. And of course, she used to live very close to where I was born and brought up in Haworth. We've also got Cicely and we've got Burnett. So they were the authors of The Secret Garden, The Flower Fairies. So again, lots of nostalgia in there. We've got Hattie Bears, as I'm sure everybody's already seen, which were great. We've got little Wilbur and Orville there, the famous men in their flying machine. We've got Miss Earhart. We've got Roald, which is absolutely amazing. And Tolkien and Shakespeare there above your head too. So
another one hiding
lots
away
of
here.
different looks. That's Roald.
That's rolled.
Yes, famous Norwegian explorer. We've got Beaufort, which is grey up there, the little wind scale. that we've got, and Greenwich. And then in the middle, a slightly different fabric to what we're used to. We have played around with fabrics in the past where we've introduced plushes, wool blends and plushes into the Isabel collection. It's not always alpaca and mohair. We've done 3 little clown bears this year, which absolutely adore these fabrics. I've actually seen quite a famous brand with some gorgeous office suits, desperate to get hold of one. But we have Happenstance, Serendipity and Lady Luck. And again, very low limits because we could only manage to procure so much fabric for those. So like I say, 30 different characters, lots of different looks. We've got little art movements. We've got Raphaelite, Renaissance, Baroque, you know, lots of wonderful names. Little Gala, Little Jubilee. We will go more in depth on the virtual appointments with these, but the last one I'd like to draw everybody's attention
I
to.
knew you were going to go for him.
You knew I was going to do this.
Do you know what? I knew you were going to finish on him. Why?
Why? Why do you
I
think?
know why. Because he comes with his wonderful little clock watch.
Now, I just have to put a little disclaimer out there. These may not be in working order. So please, when you get clock watching, his accessory is a little pocket watch. But it might not work. If you just pop the top there, if you press, there you go.
There you go.
It opens up and you've got this fabulous, fabulous little accessory.
That is just fabulous.
They're great, aren't they? And I love that. We've got clock watching and timekeeper.
Look at that. So that might or might not work, Charlie.
I think there's every possibility it won't work.
Right.
I would rather say that it didn't. And if it did, you did manage to get one that did work, then you have an added
Well,
bonus.
it's apparently it's
But please don't return him
25 to
because
6.
his watch is not working. So,
25 to 6, apparently.
well, that stopped working a while ago.
So that is our Isabel collection for this year. And like you said, we're going to meet all of these characters in a lot more detail.
We are.
At both virtual meetings, the
Yeah.
virtual appointments, and also at the quarterly videos, which we're going to do in 2
are
separate
indeed.
sections, which is really exciting.
And you can look on the Charlie Bears website on the library. We will have every single bear listed there with very beautifully well-lit white shots. We also have the PDF brochures and flip books that are available. And please don't forget, the catalogue we've designed this year, we've put so much time into it. It's been a massive team effort. It's exquisite, it's beautiful, and definitely worthy of anybody's coffee table.
Now, I've got one last question. Where's the Minimo collection?
As everybody will know, we have launched a Minimo collection this year, which is part of our mohair collection, but we're going to showcase that at a different time. I think too much of a good thing.
Oh, okay. So we are going to meet the Minimo collection
We are
this year.
on a Cuddle Time show.
Oh, right. Cool. Okay. So one to wait for, one to look out for.
One definitely to wait for. The
Brilliant.
Minimo would not be part of the general release. Not every single stockist will have the opportunity, or should I say, not every single stockist will be holding that because very limited the Minimo this year. So it's more of a pour store
Brilliant.
one. So I think it's better that we feature it in its right place.
So that is the Isabel collection. Should we have a look at some amazing lifestyle shots?
I think we need to take a closer look.
Wow, what an awesome 2023 collection, Charlie. I'm just so excited to be working with some of these characters in the future. It's just absolutely awesome. But of course, that's not everything that's in the 2023 collection, is it? I know. right?
We can't show everything all at
No,
once.
no,
We've
we
got
can't.
other collections that are coming out later in the year.
Which is like the Secret Collection. We've got the Best Friends Club Collection. We've got
The
Cuddle
Mini Mo
Time
collection.
pieces. We've got Mini Mo pieces. So there's lots more exciting pieces to see throughout the year.
You're terrible.
I know, right?
You can't see everything at once.
No,
That would
we
just
can't.
be too much.
No, we can't.
Too overwhelming.
Yep.
And, these things take time.
But just remind us, if we want to see what we've seen today in a little bit more detail, there's a number of ways that we can do that, Charlie. First and foremost, come down to the gallery.
Yes, absolutely. These are all going to be out in our clock tower in our display here in the gallery straight after we finish filming this now.
So secondly, we're also going to be filming some segments which are going to be taking a slightly closer look at all of the pieces within the Q1 and Q2,
They are.
and another video which is going to do Q3 and Q4.
Absolutely.
And that's with the Bear Cubs.
It's going to be with the Bear Cubs, yes. We've been working really closely to try and get these beautiful videos, links that you'll be able to download so that you can see them in a little more detail. But if you want a truly in-depth, immersive conversation about the bears and you want to really focus in on the accessories and things like that, we do have a virtual gallery tour.
So tell me about the virtual gallery tour then. So this is basically someone where we sign up to a particular tour.
We do.
We're on with a number of different other collectors,
You
which is
are.
really quite exciting in
It
itself.
really,
isn't it?
really is.
And with that, we can ask questions
Yeah.
of the presenter.
You can.
To specifically say, for example, can you open up his pocket watch for me, please?
Absolutely.
For example.
Can I have a closer look at clockwork?
That's awesome.
It is really, really, really nice. And there are other things at the end of the virtual tour that you have availability for that you can purchase if you can't make it down here to the gallery exclusive. So it's always worth doing.
We know a lot of our collectors who really, really love that process. I mean,
Yeah.
our guys here run that for us, and they do a wonderful, beautiful job of
amazing.
that. And it's something where it enables people who can't necessarily get out of the house, can't get down to the bear house, for whatever reason. You may be limited in distance or limited in mobility.
Or you may live abroad and, worried that you may never
Yep.
visit England to do that. So it's a perfect opportunity. And I've been on a few of the virtual tours. I've been hiding in the background watching, and it's
you?
great. It is truly immersive. You do feel like you're in the gallery.
And then, of course, if we can't do any of that, we've always got the option to have a look at the flip book, which is available, and we also have this for sale. Is that
Our
right?
collector's catalogue.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely, which focuses in on everything that will be out there that you can see right now that's there. But don't forget there are extra bears coming out that don't feature in that catalogue,
Like the ones that feature in this catalogue.
like the ones that feature in that catalogue. Yeah, if you're a Best Friends Club member, you will have received your sneaky peeks and your clock tower.
And just very
collector's
quickly, if we join the Best Friends Club now, we'll still get a copy of this and this. Is that right?
You will indeed. You will indeed. But
It only lasts until May.
it only lasts until
Okay,
the end
cool.
of April. So you would only be a member for 1 month before you had to join
But
again.
you'll get these.
But you will get those.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's an option. All right. Well, thank you very much indeed, Charlie. Another amazing collection. I'm going to go and try and find what else is around the back here. So I'll try and do that and try and give you some sneaky peeks at some stage along the way.
I've hidden them. They're not there, William.
Okay.
They were
well,
moved.
we'll see. Now that I'm in the cupboard, it's very important for me to make the most of it. Right? So thank you very much indeed for watching. I hope you've enjoyed watching our Cuddle Town collection for 2023 and the Clock Tower collection.
Yeah. I hope we've had lots of likes. I'm always intrigued to know. It feels like Christmas for me when we launch. I love to know who everybody's loving. It helps in the future, and I know Isabel would love to know too. So lots of likes, please. Lots of polls, little surveys, just things that you've loved to see, things you'd like to see more of. That would be amazing. And thank you for tuning in. I know it's late. I know we've been here for a while now talking about the new collection, but we're thrilled to bits. Hope you like it as much as we do. And thank you.
Take care.